Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumar Arpanamastu.
Once again, with deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama Pushpas at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. In Sannidhi Street House, somebody came and said that she was unable to chant the name because he had to go early in the morning and come back late in the night. There was no time to remember God. Then Bhagwan laughed and said, "How could you say that? At least say once in the morning as soon as you get up." Chant the name a few times and pray, "Bhagwan, please be with me all through the day." And then before you go to bed, chant the name for a few minutes and say, "Thank God for all that you have done for the day." At least twice a day. And then he added, if you want to be happy in life, you have to make God happy. And to make God happy is to chant his name. He would often say, if you have to live the life comfortably, don't forget God. Remember God. Remember God. Don't forget God. When somebody asked him, when he was asking a lady what she had studied, what degree she had done, she said she had done her MA. And then she asked Bhagwan, "Swami, may I know what you have done, what you have studied?" Bhagwan smiled and said, he raised both his hands and said, "Oh, this beggar has studied only Ramana. This beggar knows nothing else." So we should all learn to study only the name of God. Remembering the name is remembering God, and remembering God is living in God. And living in God is the only purpose of life. If we should imagine something else as the purpose of life, we are very much in the wrong. Bhagwan, we have come across someone like Bhagwan in our own lifetime. Please do not think it's a small grace. Bhagwan often said, a beggar like this would come only once in 500 years. We are especially fortunate to have come across our Bhagwan, and what's more, we have got his name. Even to phone up to somebody in your cell phone, you have to press so many numbers. And many times something goes wrong. Here, it is unfailing contact. The minute you call out, you get connected with Him. You make your contact with Him. We have this cell phone, the inner cell phone, but we often forget to call Him. We are very busy with outer phones. Bhagwan had said that not a single Nama goes waste. Every Nama does its transforming work. And the transformation is the highest miracle. Once a couple came to Bhagwan when he was seated in Arunachaleshwara Mandir, and they pressed hard. When they went, the inner sanctorum of the temple was closed, and they could not have darshan of Arunachaleshwara, and they came out and compelled Bhagwan. We have to go. We are in a hurry to leave. We cannot wait. Please give us some vibhuti. Bhagwan said, this beggar, he doesn't have any vibhuti to give you. No, Swami, please. And they kept on begging. They wanted to take something from him. And finally, very reluctantly, he just opened his hand and the vibhuti came. After sending them away, he said, this beggar has done something which Father doesn't like. He has given us his Nama, and we have to catch hold of it. Initially, we have to catch this, and after some time, the Nama will catch us. And everything that you see around is Nama's glory. Now we shall see how this Nama had come to the rescue of someone who was caught in a crisis. Muthulakshmi Venugopalan is from Bangalore. She has been coming to the ashram for the past few days. Unfailingly, she attends the Nama session both in the morning and the evening. She told me day before yesterday how she received Bhagwan's help by chanting his name in a crisis. She said her second daughter is living in San Francisco, and she had conceived and it was time for her delivery. The doctors had fixed the date as October 20th, but even 1 month before, Muthulakshmi was called for help and she had gone there to be with her daughter. They had fixed the date as October 20th. But in September, on the 27th itself, something happened. Almost 3 weeks before, one afternoon, when Muthulakshmi was at home alone, her son-in-law had gone out to attend an interview. It was very important for him. He had even switched off, he had silenced, put his phone on silence, and was very busy with his interview. Her daughter came in the afternoon, and she was talking over the phone. She was very busy with the phone. It was very unusual that the daughter should come in the afternoon. So Muthulakshmi asked her, what is it, you have come from the office? The work is over for the day? her daughter gestured to her to go to the bathroom and wash her clothes. Muthulakshmi took it casually, and when she opened the bathroom, she was in for a great shock. There was blood everywhere, and the clothes were drenched in blood. You can imagine her plight, her reaction. She was so deeply shocked. Immediately she returned to her daughter and said, "We have to go to the hospital." The daughter nodded her head and said, "Yes, I'm making arrangements. I've called for a taxi. You get ready." So, within few minutes, they were going in the taxi towards a hospital. Muthulakshmi was under the impression that the hospital was very near because until the previous day, her daughter had fixed a hospital nearby. It would have taken only a few minutes to reach there, but now the taxi was moving and moving. It took nearly an hour, but luckily there was no traffic. Now, one thing that we should draw our attention to, as soon as Muthulakshmi went into the bathroom and saw the blood there, she started Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama. And she kept on chanting Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar desperately, all through the way. So after 1 hour, they reached the hospital. She understood that her daughter had chosen the hospital close to the house because they always recommended natural delivery there. But today they were going to a hospital farther away because it was an emergency. And as soon as they reached the hospital, everybody was ready. She was put to examination. And then the doctor said, cesarean is absolutely necessary and that should be done immediately. The daughter, she was expecting natural delivery all the time, could not consent easily despite the crisis. She kept on delaying it. She was trying to contact her husband. It took another 45 minutes. Muthulakshmi also kept on trying, but then her son-in-law had put it on silence, so they could not reach him. And the doctor, Muthulakshmi said to the doctor, "Please go ahead with the cesarean. Don't wait for her consent." But the doctors there said, no, without the patient's consent, we would not take her to the operation theatre. And finally, her daughter agreed and she was taken to the operation theatre. And within minutes they came for Muthulakshmi also. They allowed her to be with her during the delivery. By the time she entered, they had taken the child out. The child was very good, in very good condition. And she looked at her daughter. The daughter was looking at all that they were doing. She was conscious and she was looking on. The one thing that she noticed, Muthulakshmi, she kept on chanting Yogi Ramsuratkumar all the time, even while her daughter was delaying it. All the time praying that it should happen sooner than later. They allowed her to chant the name loudly. She was in the operation theatre, and before they did the cesarean, she put the vibhuti on her forehead and put a little into her mouth also. They permitted her. And when she stood there were nearly 8 people around. 2 or 3 doctors, nurses and other people. And she kept on chanting all through the delivery. She was chanting, chanting, chanting. And they permitted her. After the baby was born, the baby was healthy, but then the doctors became very busy with the mother. The whole night the drips were going on, and every 10 minutes either the doctor or the nurse would come and look at the parameters there. They would be adjusting this wire, that wire. Her daughter began to sleep. And Muthulakshmi became peaceful because the child was born. The child was all right, the mother was all right. She thanked heartily Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And she became peaceful. But then the doctors were very worried, and they visited the room every 10 minutes, monitoring this and that. In the meantime, the child was born at 4 o'clock. They left the house at 1:30. The child was born at 4 o'clock, and that is when her daughter Divya's husband had seen all the phone calls. He became desperate. He rushed there immediately at 5 o'clock. He questioned the doctor, and then he stayed on till 11 o'clock and he left, leaving Muthulakshmi there. He came back only at 7 o'clock, and the whole night he was reading all about the condition of his wife. It's called placental abruption, something like the breaking off the placenta. Once it happens, the nutrients would not reach the baby. Even the oxygen would not reach the baby, and therefore the baby had to be taken out immediately. And that's what the doctors demanded. They demanded cesarean. They wanted to remove the baby immediately. I believe it's a very rare case. And despite all that crisis, despite all that loss of blood, despite this particular condition of the uterus, her daughter survived. All thanks to Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama. Bhagwan had said, when you chant the name, the Nami is present immediately. So all through the treatment, Muthulakshmi was chanting, and Bhagwan was present there personally. How could the doctors, nurses permit it? They did. And later, after the daughter returned home, her son-in-law, Muthulakshmi's son-in-law, explained in what dangerous situation Divya was. Why the doctors were so concerned for 2 days after that, after the delivery also. Now, this can happen to anybody. This may even sound worldly, but just imagine, it's a moment of life or death, and the only invisible companion who helped in the situation, the mother and the child, both survived because of the name. So the name comes to our rescue in an intelligent way, suitable to the circumstances, the saving grace. Bhagwan often said, the word and its meaning are inseparable. And therefore when you chant the word Rama, the meaning of the word Rama is Rama's presence. The meaning of the word Shiva is Shiva's presence. So Bhagwan said, when you call out Rama, Rama is instantly present. When you call out Krishna, know that Krishna is instantly present. When you call out to Shiva, Shiva is instantly present. When you call out Yogi Ramsuratkumar, my father is instantly present. Then why is that we do not know their presence? It doesn't matter if we do not know. The presence knows us. The presence becomes aware of our thoughts, prayers and feelings and our needs in the situation. And it does the needful. And that is why we have to call out. But then, if we should call out in an emergency, we must have the mental preparation to be able to call out at that time. And it's possible only when we keep chanting even other times. So right from the moment you get up, as I keep saying very often, when you find yourself alive in the morning, anything could have happened in the night, but you are still alive, you are breathing, thank God. God, it is by your grace I am still alive. Anything could have happened in the night. I am able to see, I am able to hear, I am able to get down from the bed and walk about freely. All your grace. And all through the day, whatever you do, it's because of His grace. So make a prayer as soon as you get up. You chant His name and pray to God to be with you all through the day, to be with you in your thoughts, to be with you in your words, to be with you in all your actions all through the day. And even if you forget, when you get busy with the world, it doesn't matter, you have made your prayer. God would take it seriously. And again, at least in the night, before you go to bed, chant His name and offer all the thoughts, all the words that you spoke, be it good or bad, and all the actions that you have done. You know that it's by His grace that all this happened. Offer it back to Him. Offer yourself to Him. Thank Him for the day and go to bed. This is what Bhagwan was telling somebody when somebody complained that they had no time at all, they were very busy with their work, busy earning money. Bhagwan said, make your prayer once in the morning and thank God before you go to bed in the night. In between, Father will see to it. If you want to be happy in life, we have to make God happy. And to make God happy is to chant His name. How simple is sadhana? When you remember this, you don't have to sit in meditation and struggle all the time. You don't have to go to this temple and that temple, spending money. You don't have to arrange for a homa. Wherever you are, you just have to call out. Like I said, it is easier than making a call. Your contact with God is easier than your contact with other people. You have to call out Yogi Ramsuratkumar from inside and you instantly get connected with Him. He comes alive. He listens to your prayers. Even without your voicing out, He knows your thoughts and feelings. and he does the needful. We shall remember, because everything is grace in life. Bhagwan said, without grace you cannot open your eyes and close. You cannot take one step while you walk without grace. Everything about this body is grace. Everything about our life is grace. All we have to do is acknowledge this, become aware that there is grace in everything. And the more and more you begin to see the grace, the more and more you get revelations. Grace begins to reveal its secrets. The inner soul begins to reveal itself in different ways. Like I said, almost every few days, we make pilgrimages to this temple and that temple, spend so much money, wait in the queue for a long time. There is an inner pilgrimage. It's only from the from the lips to the spiritual heart, and the pathway is dark. Light the lamp of Nama Deep, and keep it on the tongue. The whole of inner sanctum sanctorum becomes bright. There is now light all the way through. Every Nama that you utter is taking you one step ahead in your inward journey to the final abode of the divine. And the path is well lighted. So let us remember this inner pilgrimage. Bhagwan even said, remembering God is dharma. Forgetting God is adharma. When you forget God, you are dead. Though you still breathe, you walk about, do this and that, you are dead. It's only when you remember God, you truly live. Nama is Nami himself. Nami is presence. I remember once a vegetable vendor came to the door of Sannidhi Street house. Inside were two professors who had spent a lot of time with Bhagwan and were still complaining. They could not talk much to Bhagwan. At the time, this lady had come with her basket and she was trying to peep inside because inside there was not much light. So she was looking inside with a little difficulty. Then Bhagwan gave her a shout from here. Why do you come here and trouble this beggar again and again? Why do you want to see this beggar? Go away. And that lady said in her village slang, Ayya Sami, you think that I have come here to see you? I have come here for you to see me. Now that you have seen me, you have made my day. She laughed and then left. And here Bhagwan started to laugh too. He was just looking at the people there, giving them corner glance, and contained his laughter with great difficulty. Here were learned professors complaining to him after spending so much time that they could not talk with him. And here comes a lady from a village, a mere vegetable vendor, and she had the knowledge to say it was enough if he looked at her even once. She didn't have to see him. So this is jnana, this is knowledge. The minute you call out Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, please know that he is there instantly present in you. He has come alive. Otherwise, the divine goes to sleep. The Tirupalli Ezhuchi that we sing in the morning, waking up the Lord is ever wakeful. He is that pure consciousness, pure awareness. He is ever aware. You are waking up the sleeping God inside you. So you can wake him up only by chanting his name. Bhagwan said, it doesn't matter if you don't have faith, chant the name. It doesn't matter if you don't have devotion, chant the name. It doesn't matter if you don't have concentration, chant the name. Chanting the name is prayer. You don't have to pray separately. Chanting the name is surrender. As you keep on chanting, everything would follow and it will end up in surrender. And he said, chanting the name is samadhi. Chanting the name will lead to samadhi, our oneness with the universal being. Now this Bhagwan is here right in front of us. Let us submit our today's prayers once again at his lotus feet. Bhagwan, we beseech you again and again for your immediate divine intervention to free the entire world from the grip of this virus and bring back normalcy in every aspect of life, everywhere. And Bhagwan, there is panic in the hearts of people, and we get news that the disease is also spreading. There's a variant of the virus, and it's become active in foreign countries. We seek your blessings again and again to uproot this fear from the hearts of people, arrest the spread of the disease, enter the medicine so that the medicine would work, and do the needful. And we beg you again to reach it to those who need it badly. And all those sevaks, they are tapaswins without any selfishness. They are working very hard despite the challenges in order to save other lives. They are fighting the disease. Please give them protection and all-round well-being. And we beg you for a boost in the economy, and above all, we have to be aware that you are already with us, but we are not aware of that. And to become aware of your presence, we have to keep on chanting all the time. And that can happen only with your grace. And again, we are only instruments in your hands. It is you who activate our breath, who activate our body, our brain, because of which we get thoughts, words, and actions. You are the owner of this body. You are the owner of our life. You are running our lives with all its details. So just give us the awareness that we are only instruments in your hands, and we go about our daily life as a fine instrument in your hands. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.